Hello, I'm John Rhys Davis, and I am privileged to tell you that you are listening to the Regular Joe's podcast. Oh, is there a treat in for you?
Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
And I am Dave's wife, Pam.
And I'm Barry Kay.
And I'm Barry's wife, Maria.
And I'm Todd Pleasant.
And I'm Todd's wife, Karen.
Okay. Despite lots of technical difficulty, here we are. No, not lots. We're actually recording with new people and new equipment. We're sponsored by Rode. Thank you, Rode, to the Rode Company. All right. I said last week we're doing something completely different. I had no idea what it was, but we're having our annual... We never do. We're having our annual Regular Joe's barbecue, and we wanted to invite our wives on and go through some questions that we want to ask them about stuff.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We haven't done this in a while. We did this once before?
Years ago.
Yes.
And then we also did the spontaneous Tom Cruise movie questionnaire.
That's true. That was last year.
And because both those things went so well,
they did go well.
We're going to try
we
it
decided
again.
to try it again.
There's no bad Tom Cruise movies we established.
I don't think that was the outcome of that conversation.
No, there was a couple.
I believe our listeners can go back and refer to the file.
There were very few bad
Vanilla
Tom
Sky,
Cruise
anyone?
movies. So anyway, before we get to all that, and we have a list of questions that we want to ask our lovely wives. Some are good, some are bad. Some came from Oprah. That's where mine came from. Oprah had a list of 125 questions to ask your spouse.
Oh, is that where it came from?
I got this from.
Okay.
Anyone that was sort of in our genre, I picked.
Thank you, Oprah.
But
that's something we've never said on the show before. Thank you, Oprah.
Thank you, Oprah. Yeah, I guess. We do want to thank our sponsor, Fanboy Collectibles. We have to do that at the beginning of the show. In Newtown, Connecticut. Karen was there not that long ago, right?
I was in the pouring rain.
There you go. Lovely town. But I don't know what's up for pre-order, but there's Hot Toys and Pops and Sideshow and Kotobukiya and
statues and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of great stuff.
Every time you go back, there's new stuff.
There's new stuff. So check those guys out, fanboycollectibles.com. Check them out at their store in Newtown, Connecticut.
Tell them the Regular Joe sent you.
There you go. Okay. Barry, you have the first list. Let's just rotate questions. We each came up with questions. And I don't think any of us like these other questions, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, so we're going to actually do our own questions?
If you want.
Okay, then. This is a question for all of the wives. Maria, you can go first, and then we'll go around the room clockwise.
Big eye roll there, just so you know.
Yeah,
big eye roll.
Yes. Okay.
And something vaguely religious related. Go ahead.
What is your favorite movie and why? You can hold the mic.
The Wizard of Oz.
And why?
I love
Flying Monkeys.
Story. I love Judy Garland, and I guess it's nostalgia for me, and was my favorite when I was a child. So I guess that, and I would say my other favorite as an adult would be It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Great choices.
Thank you.
Karen, same question.
Same question. I always have the same answer, which is Star Wars, 1977.
Woo!
I very nostalgic when I went to see it. I was with my dad, and it was something I wasn't expecting. I knew nothing about it, and it's a movie I've easily seen 20 times at this point, and I just love it. I love the
20
characters.
times.
I love the story, and I love the world that was built through all of the Star Wars films. So that's my answer.
Good answer.
It's a Wonderful Life. Did you guys pick up in Dark Matter that there were multiple It's a Wonderful Life references in there?
Yes.
The knob on the stairs, it was playing in a movie theater. Apparently there were 6 embedded in there.
Oh, okay.
So
Probably didn't catch
I got to
them
go back
all,
and look.
but I did notice
Yeah.
little things like that, yes.
I don't know. Did we mention that Dark Matter got renewed for season 2? I don't remember if we did. I'm not sure that story needs to continue.
I'm not either, but
the guy who wrote the book is really a part of the production, so he seems to think there's some place for it to go.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right.
Anyway, Pam, same question.
I have a head scratcher answer. You're all going to be like, "What? That's your favorite movie?"
Is it what I think it is?
Baby Boom.
Baby.
Oh, I love that movie.
I love that movie.
That's a great
and
movie.
I love that movie, too, because I love Diane Keaton. I love the fact that she was a woman on her own that basically adopted this baby, took care of this baby, and then left the city and went to a farm, and it's funny, and it has a happy ending, and she met this vet, and it's just wonderful. I love
So
that.
Karen got this answer right, and you both got it wrong.
I did not realize we were going to be scoring. Okay.
That's 1 point.
Or should I say some of you won't be. Okay.
Where is this Todd when we record usually?
I know.
I like this.
We're not
version
getting
of
much
Todd.
out of him usually. No, kidding.
Okay.
You go now.
I'm going to go on a similar theme.
Any of your questions?
What was the last movie you saw that you picked out?
I picked out.
Yeah, meaning as opposed to the one that we have to watch for the podcast this week.
Or translate to one he wanted to see, regardless of you wanting to see it.
Yeah, I honestly do not have an answer to that because I think most of the movies we've seen recently have been something for the podcast. So I'm going to have to think about that one. I really can't think of a film that we have been to a movie theater to see that wasn't related.
Certainly since before COVID.
I must remind everybody I'm married to Dave Pisani, and he doesn't love compromising, so most of the movies that we go see are picked by my husband, and that's okay because I like a lot of them. We just saw Deadpool, loved it. Some of the ones he takes my son. I didn't want to go see Alien, the new Alien, but that's okay.
What about The Fall Guy? Did you pick that, or we picked that together?
I think we picked that together.
You're not hearing me.
Well, Todd, are you familiar with this concept that Dave is not flexible?
I'm stunned to learn this, Barry. It's just shy. It's just
news to
that's
me
why
as
these
well.
things are good because we learn new things about each other.
Should we
nice.
go through your flaws?
Decade,
Do you want to go
decades of
through your
friendship.
flaws? We could do that. Maria needs to answer.
Yeah, I don't think she has any.
I honestly don't remember.
We're all very selfish. The moral of the story is we're all very selfish.
Do you remember the last movie you even saw in a theater?
Not
haven't
sure.
been in a while.
Not sure. It's been a long time.
I know the last couple I saw without you. I saw Deadpool without you. I saw Alien Romulus without you.
Was it a Marvel movie?
No. The last movie we saw in a theater.
It has to be some sort of genre. We went to go see something.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's been a while.
Okay. My question via Oprah. I left. There was 100 questions about sex, and then these questions acceptable to answer. What superpower do you wish you had?
Oh, that's a good one.
We're not giving them time, but
No, no time. Superpower. I'd like to have super strength.
It's a good one.
that's a good one.
Yeah. Maria?
I would like to fly because I like to get places really quick if I couldn't teleport. So, flying.
Teleportation is a
or
power.
flying.
Oh, okay. I'll take teleportation.
Long distance teleportation.
Like number 5 in
Yes,
Umbrella Academy.
I would love to teleport because I hate traffic. So that would be awesome. And flying.
Yeah, you're not a big fan of flying either.
Mine's a complicated one because it's both good and bad, but I've always wanted the power of total recall. But that comes with a price.
Arnold
because
Schwarzenegger.
you never,
Is he the price?
He would be the price. Yes, that's one of them. But like if you never forget anything, then you really never forget anything. But
Yeah. Well, it's funny. There's was it a Black Mirror thing where you don't remember everything all the time, but you have the ability to rewind to go to a point. That's not bad. It's not like it's like all the crap is in your head, but the ability to rewind, not so bad.
That's right. Like people who can go back and tell you what they had for breakfast when they were 7 years old on September 1st, if that was a relevant thing to know years later.
Fair
I
enough.
was having a conversation recently about somebody who actually has this because it's a thing. And the problem for those people like coping with it is every intense feeling they have ever felt in their lifetime is still there at that intensity. Nothing degrades over time.
I would not like that.
And
So
we
the
know what we
passage
do
of
with
a loved
feelings,
one,
bury them.
Anything like that,
flush them down and
that
keep-
you
keep
experience
inside.
intensely, for those people, it remains that intense in their memory. And so, it's both a good and a bad thing.
I like superpowers, and I was thinking this when I read the question, because not that flight is a bad answer, but if you were be able to fly and not have super strength, you're going to have a problem. I bet every time you landed, you'd break your legs.
I want to teleport.
You've got to have
Okay, teleport's good.
So teleport's good, but yes, I've thought the same thing. There's certain things that you kind of need.
If you can
in
only
tandem,
pick one, like Superman has like a dozen.
and they change.
The problem with teleportation, though, is part of that has to be that you always know you're going to emerge outside of
in
an
a building.
object,
I know. There's
or
a
a
lot.
tree, or in a building, or
There's a lot.
I would hope it would. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's got to be
teleport to an open field every time.
Yeah.
You would with Google Maps. You could do that.
That's true.
If you pair it with your iPhone,
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
I like that.
I think with that goes the ability to know where you're actually materializing.
So you don't materialize
So-
inside a building.
just trying to keep you safe, honey.
I know, but
Anyways, I'm going to go with immortality.
oh god,
No,
live forever.
Yep.
no.
Yep. So
Like to me, even
I'm just gonna wait it out.
even
So-
super speed. You like the Flash doesn't make sense. You can't have super speed without super strength.
Invulnerability. Yeah. You need.
That's A Train. We
The
don't
first-
want A Train.
Yeah, the first bug you hit at 100 miles an hour, you're dead. Anyway, I digress.
Are you asking me a question, or
No, you go. You ask a question. Now.
Okay, I will ask a question. All right, I don't know if this is something that you ladies will be able to answer or not, but so my question was, what are your thoughts on how our hobbies, your husband's hobbies, have evolved since you met us?
That's not going to go good.
Oh boy.
I mean, when you met me, I was already collecting things a little.
Kind of, sort of,
Very.
but it didn't really start. It didn't really start until after we were married, and things started to trickle into the apartment. And then before you knew it, you had a whole shelf, and then it was shelves, and then it was multiple places, and it just kind of snowballed. What was the question again?
The question was, what are your thoughts on how it's evolved?
Badly.
Good or bad?
It's been interesting, sometimes scary,
What's scary?
because there's so much.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
It's like
Todd, this is why Todd said we don't ask questions like this because it's only going to get us into trouble.
quality over
And he was right.
versus quantity.
But think about all the cool
But they're
things
just-
I've gotten to do as a result of my
Yes, I think the
That's what
experiences.
you think about those. She doesn't give a shit.
I think the experiences probably outweigh the things. I mean, I get what the things you attach to the things, but the things themselves really aren't of that much importance.
Well, some of them are.
I know monetary, but no.
We don't care about money.
Yeah, money's not what drives us. I don't know.
Isn't it the experience and the emotional connection?
We always claim it's the experience. And no, it is. We would not be sitting. We're 25 years later. Here we are. Almost, what's today's date? No, it's September 1st. Almost to 3 days ago was our 25 years ago we all met. August 20-something.
Yeah, it was August 25 years ago. Lunch with Daryl DePriest.
There you go.
He introduced the three of us together.
We should ask his wife that question.
Now that would be that would
That's
be
another show.
okay. Do you remember the question?
I do remember the question. The evolution of collecting. I mean, similar answer in that there is a lot more collectibles in the house, and there's a lot more cases for the collectibles, a lot more displaying. But I think the change has been on the types of things that you've collected and gathering more pieces in a particular collection, like some of your Avengers things. your Star Trek spaceships, Batman collection. So I think there's just been a lot more of everything.
And as I often point out, I could be spending money on hookers and heroin.
And so I approve.
Are we sure you're not?
There's not much left, Barry.
That's different money.
Yeah. Different fund.
Pam?
Yes, I agree, both ladies. When you originally started collecting, I was like, oh, look at this. He has his original G.I. Joes from when he was a young boy that his mom saved. That's so sweet. And then it started taking over the house. And then we had a rule it's not supposed to leak into every room. And it leaked for a while. And then we had to remove things from certain rooms. And you're not collecting as many things, but they're getting larger, the items. So, yeah.
Good. So it's all
So
Yeah, that sounds like
all good.
sounds like everybody's
Thank you.
happy.
Told you so. Told you so.
Sounds like everybody's happy. Okay, Dave.
No.
Or is it Todd?
It's odd.
Do you collect anything?
Not in the same way as you do, in any way. So I guess in general, my answer is no, although I do have a collection of antique glass, but I don't go looking for pieces unless I just happen to stumble across them at an antique show or something like that.
What's the current boat count?
Okay, so there is a collection of racing canoes at our house, and I guess I just collected one more of those, so maybe we could say canoes.
Todd, what is the rule that you go by? Once you have 3 of something, it becomes a collection?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're up to 7 boats.
It's 7.
Todd makes sure he counts just because it's always good to have some ammo. Although, between bikes and toys, I don't think you're...
He still has more Black Widow figures than you have boats.
Way to
So.
go to get
Exactly.
to where Todd is.
Exactly. Am I... Oh, I'll ask a question now. Oprah,
Nobody else answered that question.
Collecting question.
You didn't ask?
I'll answer for me and Maria. We do not collect a thing.
Next question, please.
Is that true? I thought you did. No, not really.
Unless you consider jewelry. I don't have that many pocketbooks anymore, and I really don't have that many shoes. Okay. So, no.
All right.
But I could start a nice collection of diamonds if you're interested.
If you were to start a YouTube channel, what would it focus on?
I need to talk to Oprah right now. Well, what kind of question would you ask your wives this? If I had to start, I'd start a YouTube channel, something to do with animals,
Okay, that's a good answer.
Perfect.
rescuing animals.
I would start a YouTube channel for other wives who have husbands who are collectors.
There probably is one.
That probably could actually make some money.
That could. That might be good.
That's a really good idea.
Wait, is that like a support group?
Could be a support group, sure.
Okay.
That would be part of it.
That is a really good idea. I would never start one, so I have no answer to that.
That's a good answer, too.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to skip the first part of this question and go to the second part of the question because I think it's more fun. If you were a ghost, who would you haunt?
That's my question. That's Oprah's question.
I could use Oprah's questions.
Okay.
My step monster.
Ooh, yes, she deserves to be haunted.
I can't think of a particular person, but I would love to be in some historic place where people just come and visit and just be the ghost in the place.
I like that. That's fun.
Scaring random, strangers is probably more fun than people you know.
Absolutely.
Except for your stepmother, because I would want to haunt her too.
Yeah, I have nobody that I would want to haunt, but I do like going to the haunted house at Disney, so maybe I would hang out there.
That's cool.
Great answer.
A real ghost. I bet there is a real ghost there. I like that.
And it would be cool because everybody knows or feels like there's no ghost, and if a real one actually came out, that would...
I like
People
that
just
answer.
think there was an upgrade. So,
There
Yeah.
you go. Todd?
okay. Are there any shows that you watch that your husband won't, and vice versa?
I'm sure that there are. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
What were you watching last week? You blew through something. You killed the whole series last week.
I can't remember. Come back to me. I'll
Banshee, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, Banshee.
And you wouldn't watch that, Todd?
Just didn't.
Okay, didn't. Fair enough.
Is there anything that I watched that you just wouldn't watch that you were like, I want nothing?
You
to do
consume
with it?
more media than any human being on the planet.
Yeah, there is so much that I don't see. Like, I can't even start that list. Yeah. I don't watch really any animated.
How about
That's what I
all
was just going to say.
Nothing animated.
all three all body problems, the Chinese version? Did you watch that?
I'm in episode 24 of the Chinese, the 32 episode Chinese version.
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't gotten into that.
Neither has 8 million other people on the planet. No one's gotten into that.
War of the Worlds. I didn't see all those versions.
Right.
Either.
Okay. On the animated front, we did watch one animated thing this year that you really, really enjoyed, which was Evan recommended. Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Yes, that was great.
Okay. So, anyways, all rules are made.
Karen, blink your eyes if you're being forced to watch anime.
All
please.
rules are made to be broken. That's all.
All right, Pam.
I'll give you that one, but that was not a suggestion from you. But I really think that
There's too many shows that we do not watch together.
Yeah.
Which is a bone of contention with you. You want me to watch more of what you like because you're so flexible, but I don't watch anything bloody. I don't watch any of that.
I know not to ask you to watch the things that are bloody, but sometimes. But we try to find things to watch together.
We try and find
There's
things
a lot
together.
Of Housewives that are being watched in this house, and both things.
And Millionaire, the real estate, we watch that together. Yeah. But I don't really have too many favorite shows that I would say to you.
The Housewives and those.
Yeah, they're not my favorite shows, but I watch them, but they're not my favorite shows. I don't really have a lot
The
of.
Crown.
Oh yeah, you won't watch The Crown.
The Crown was great.
Yeah, he won't watch that. So
A single episode.
I thought of something that I watch every single episode of that Todd absolutely does not, and that's Top Chef. And I've not missed a single episode, and I've even watched the whole series more than once.
We watched the British Baking Show together.
I made it through 3 seasons. And I was dying. I could not listen to Padma Lashiki one more time say yes, exactly what Tom just said. Okay, no.
Right, and the Great British. Yeah.
We watched that together.
Yeah.
That's the only cooking thing I'll watch. You guys?
You watch stuff without me.
There are plenty of shows I watch without you that I know you have no interest in.
So let's hear some.
Well, The Crown was one.
Yep.
Bridgerton, the first 2 seasons.
Anything based in England, not
Emily
interested.
in Paris.
These guys both know I don't do period pieces, so I don't like any of that.
This Is Us. There were
Wait. Your favorite thing is set a long time ago. That's a period piece.
But they're not
That's
wearing-
a period
But
piece.
it's not
an actual-
It's not that kind of period piece.
I almost, when you said This Is Us, what's the zombie one?
Oh, no, I watched that one.
That
I watched.
She stayed with Walking Dead way past when I did.
That's crazy.
But there were things you watched that I don't, because I either started watching them and just didn't have the interest and you continued, or I just didn't want to watch it. Like that cartoon one that's vile that you watch with Joshua.
Invincible?
Invincible?
Oh,
That's disgusting.
it's vile.
It's amazing. I love Invincible.
I don't like
There you go.
Invincible.
More anime.
You don't watch Snowpiercer with me.
Nobody watches Snowpiercer.
Barry, you were
They're
the only
still
one on the
stuck on
planet
that train.
watching Snowpiercer. When they post the ratings, it's got 1 next to it.
It's Barry.
I'm pulling a Todd Pleasant on that one. I'm seeing it through to the end.
And I admire that. I admire your fortitude.
I'm not enjoying it, but I'm watching it.
Like you watched Willow to the end?
That show sucked.
Willow.
I gave up on that.
Let's edit that. Willow sucked.
No.
Willow was horrible.
The movie is great. Maria will attest.
No, Willow, the series was horrible.
But you love the movie.
I do like the movie.
No, you don't. She does.
It's not a
That
great movie.
Sounds like
You
she's
noted
been
that-
forced
You
to say
noticed the
that.
like it.
de-escalation there.
I
you love the movie.
Yes,
I did like
I
you
love
the
the
rest.
movie
No, I really like the movie only because I think
because Barry watched it when he was a child of 40 the first time, and it's
we were in our
sentimental.
Wait a minute.
20s, I think, when that
Who
came
was
out.
the favorite actor you've ever met?
Oh, yeah, him.
Who?
Warwick Davis.
Yes, Warwick Davis.
Val
He was
Kilmer?
No, Warwick Davis. He was
That's
so,
the favorite actor you've ever met?
A little,
He had a segue. He was so cute.
segue.
I liked him. He was very, very sweet, very nice.
Yes.
There are
Okay.
other shows that you watch too, but
You record one night a week. What am I going to do? Stare at the wall? I put the TV on.
and she watches
That's
stuff.
entirely another question.
Yes.
Well, Pam's actually preparing dinner for us. Thank you, Pam.
Or leaving entirely. I don't know. It remains to be seen.
Okay.
Oh, hey, this is a good one. If you were suddenly a billionaire, what would you do with your life? You can go with Maria first.
I would quit my job. I would travel a lot with my family. And on my downtime, I would spend it volunteering.
That's nice. Okay. How many, after the 700 canoes, Karen?
I don't think I need to purchase any new canoes at the moment. I definitely would like to stop working. I've really enjoyed having the summer off. I'm a
That's like
teacher.
a no-brainer.
know.
No, I'm going to keep my job at the factory. There's always those guys who win the lottery. Like, what?
Number one answer is always quit the job.
Travel for sure. I would like to go all over the world, so I think I'd just start spending my money traveling in a somewhat luxurious but not over the top.
You're a billionaire. It's okay. You can have your own.
Just comfortable.
You can have your own Citation X. It's no problem.
I would like one of those yachts. You can go all over the world on that yacht.
On a
You know,
yacht,
that'd be lovely.
and fly amazing places, and eat at amazing restaurants, and that's what I would do.
And you
Pam?
could give me the, few extra $1 million here and there.
Yeah, no, you would be coming with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more about the experiences than it is like just having things.
That's
In my
crazy.
opinion.
It's a good.
Having things is good, too.
Having things
It's
is
an
good,
even
too.
combination of the two.
Purchase of an expensive sports car could be in there somewhere.
Yes,
too.
well, you need a vehicle to get to where you're going sometimes. So, yes, that's a necessity.
So you guys said quit your job. I think I'd just stop showing up. I don't think I would actually quit. They'd figure it out over time. That's just
That'd
me.
be funny.
Okay, now we've lost two of the wives. So Karen, it's now the regular Joes and Karen.
Well, let me ask the three of you: is there a question on the list that you want to answer for you, the three of you?
I'd be a vampire.
What is
instead
the
of a
question?
werewolf.
I was just looking at that one.
Why would Oprah have a question? Would you rather be
Would
a vampire
you
or
rather
a werewolf?
be a vampire or a werewolf?
Does anyone want to be a werewolf?
No.
I think everyone wants to be a vampire.
I mean, if I got to choose, I'd much rather be a vampire than a werewolf.
right? I mean, vampires wear black clothes. I want to be one of those underworld vampires.
Is this like based on the Twilight series?
No, I
Like,
don't
where did
know.
she
No
get
one
this?
wants to be the Twilight vampires.
They sparkle, don't they? I've never seen a Twilight movie.
We're going backwards now. If you were suddenly a billionaire, what would you do with your time?
First of all, I get a personal chef because this cooking is highly overrated.
Oh, yes. That's got to be
Personal
yes,
chef.
definitely
You could
up
hire
there on the
me.
list.
There we go. I'd get a vacation house someplace warm, as we were talking
sounds
about.
good.
And I would do something to help animals. I would volunteer. I'd love to have like a little sanctuary for like abused animals or neglected animals.
I come
Okay,
volunteer.
and
at your
while we're getting caught
sanctuary.
up, Pam, would you rather be a werewolf or a vampire?
I think I'd want to be the werewolf, actually.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. We
why?
an
I'm
outlier
not
here.
into the whole blood thing. You know, I don't like those bloody things.
But you do
No.
murder people, but you don't really.
And I answered strength,
plus.
and I like animals, and I'd go with the werewolf.
But we used to watch that vampire show. They didn't suck blood. They actually just drank it out of bottles.
Yeah.
What was that show? True
Blood.
True Blood.
Oh, I thought you meant the Vampire Diaries.
No, that I never saw, Dave.
Here's another thing: werewolves feel like normal part of the time, and vampires only come out at night.
But
Exactly.
it's kinda
I
cool
would
to-
also be a werewolf. I was sitting here listening to all this dissing of the werewolves. I would also lean towards werewolf because really, it's a part-time job. You know, you get like 3 days a month, and otherwise, you got kind of a normal life.
So would you
yeah.
A, always carry a backpack with extra clothes, or have like a really stretchy spandex outfit?
No, we've seen Buffy. You have like a place that you go during those times, and you just hang out, and then put all the stuff, all the clothes that you don't want shredded away from you, and then yeah. So
No, I go vampire.
I go vampire. I
Anyway,
want to
you,
wear
you
all black.
sleep during the day. You kind of get the goth look going, and the people you don't like, you get to kill.
There you
Well,
go.
you can still do that as a werewolf, but you can be out in daylight.
I don't feel
You
like
never
you're
have a tan.
That's true. Well, it depends on the werewolf.
But as a vampire, you choose when you're going to go out, when you're not. Vampire, werewolf, it just happens whenever.
No,
the
vampire.
the
vampire
sun
It's a
goes down.
cycle. It is pretty much planned.
There's a special ring you wear that the brothers wore on Vampire Diaries that they can go out in the daylight.
Okay.
Again, I've never seen Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, no, we can't pick and choose through vampire mythology here. We're going with straight traditional vampires burst into flames.
Do I have to wear like the tails?
What's that?
Like Dracula?
Probably a morning coat.
I
yes.
don't want to wear that.
Yep.
Move to Alaska, so there's more hours of darkness.
That's not. I don't think I could spend. Well, you're cold blooded, so it doesn't matter if you won't get cold. Anyway, all right. Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up. Barry, you picked the final question.
Well, Maria kind of touched on this one already, but I'm going to go with it. What were you doing, wives? What were you doing during the 750 plus hours your husbands have been recording the Regular Joe's podcast?
Paying bills, doing laundry, watching shows.
This might come as a huge surprise, but I was out canoeing because every Monday night
At
is
night?
when my dragon boat team meets for practice. So I usually do not get home until close to 9 o'clock at night. And so that's where I have been.
My Monday night tennis league. Every Monday night I play tennis, so didn't know you were recording most of the time. No, I knew you were recording, but I wasn't here.
All good uses of time.
All good. All right. Any questions you guys? I'm putting you all on the spot. You guys have any questions you want to ask us?
I do.
Oh boy.
What's the next thing you would like to purchase for your collection? If you could pick anything, what would your next purchase be?
That's a good question. You mean the ones that are not currently on pre-order?
Yes.
Or that we're waiting for to be delivered?
Yes. They have not been purchased yet.
Okay.
Or prepaid or deposit put on.
I'll answer since I have this thing that I want an original prop from all my favorite franchises, and I have a couple. I have Planet of the Apes, as we know. I have the original Sears Star Trek. So something from Aliens would be great.
Does it have to go on a mannequin?
No, it does not. No more mannequins in this
Okay.
house.
You're in luck, Pam.
No more mannequins. But yeah,
He
I'd
said
like-
prop, not costume.
Oh,
yeah, something from. You want something recognizable from. I want from each franchise. It's getting much harder to do that because things are very expensive.
Yeah, like to get something recognizable from Star Wars is going to be very difficult.
But the major ones for me are Indiana Jones, which I have, Star Trek, Star Wars, Aliens, Planet of the Apes. Is there something I'm missing?
For me, I would add Terminator to the list.
Marvel. You got a Marvel representative.
Marvel movies, yeah. Terminator. Something from Dark Fate, right, Todd? We were talking about that.
Oh,
Something from Terminator.
list is growing.
That's probably it, more or less. Logan's Run. Not necessary, but I'd throw that in. Anyway. I could have bought a Logan's Run costume, but I did not because it would need to go on a mannequin. I refused. There's still one able to be purchased right now.
Yeah.
Prop store, propstore.com. Tell them the Radio Joe sent you.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I would like to, and I don't know that I ever will, but I would like to finish the vintage Star Wars toy collection. I'm missing a bunch of ships and vehicles.
You are?
Yeah, there's still some stuff I don't have. But that's one I've been doing very slowly. Like over years and years and years, I keep adding pieces here and there. But I also, as my wife well knows, would like a custom-made guitar. So that's something I'm looking at some point. Maybe for my 60th birthday. Maybe. It's a few years off still.
Cool. Following the Dave principle, it's extremely impractical. I would go for something almost unrecognizable and obscure from Indiana Jones. Any of the Indiana Jones films, including the lesser ones.
Wait. The new one?
I'm saying
Crystal Skull?
I'm at this point.
You could probably get something from Crystal Skull for a couple $1,000.
So we'll see what comes up. But yeah, that's I have Marvel covered. I have Star Trek covered. I let's see, we have Planet Earth covered, which is
Of course, Planet Earth.
Most
we have
Which
that
is the
covered.
most important franchise.
and
least expensive, thankfully. No one cares.
I don't have a
Except for
gaping-
me, you, and that other guy.
I don't have a gaping Star Wars size hole in my heart. So I think Indy would be the thing for me that I would need.
Like a hat.
You just missed.
By
You
the
just
way,
missed
hon,
one. It just
by the way,
sold.
hon,
for-
we have a second
You
mortgage.
Todd was the underbidder on that hat.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
does
that's
anybody
right.
know.
That's right. Also, probably one of the for me, probably even more than Star Wars would be something from one of the Batman films.
Batman. Add that to the list. Batman.
And there is a lot of that
There's
stuff
a lot
out
of
there.
that.
So.
There's not a lot from the Nolan trilogy as much as
No,
there is
but
from all the
I-
other ones.
Anything other than Batman and Robin, I could live with. So
I mean, I would rather have something from Batman Begins.
that would be my first choice. But either Burton, even the
89 Batman. You got to get something
No.
from 89
89,
Batman.
or Batman Returns would be fine too. And there is a lot of stuff out there, and that stuff does come out occasionally. So, but those would be the two that I think, and everything else will come. Everything else will come up that's on pre-order and being shipped and randomly, like I said.
Okay.
It never ends.
Any other questions for us? You can add something. You could get your chance to put it on the spot.
I have another one.
Oh boy. Okay.
You go to a lot of conventions.
We don't go to a lot of conventions.
Well, you
Barry hasn't been to a convention.
He goes to conventions all the time.
No.
We just went to one 2 weeks ago, but prior to that, it had been like a year and a half since I went to one.
Didn't you just drive into Queens to one not too long ago? You go to
Oh, I don't. Those are like toy shows. Those aren't.
okay, well, whatever toy show conventions.
We used to go to way more, but go ahead.
Who haven't you met that you
Oh, I thought
really
you were
want
trying to put us on the spot. I'm sorry, I was being rude.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Like who you've met a lot of.
Yeah, back off my wife, Dave.
You've met a lot of
I
people
was defending you.
over the years.
I have.
Who haven't you met realistically? I mean, I forget Harrison Ford, but like if there's somebody out there that you'd really like to meet that you haven't had the opportunity to.
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody?
I don't know. I mean, we've met a lot of people.
We really have had a good opportunity to meet just about everybody. You know, there was a few people I never met, but it's because I wasn't going to conventions before. Like, it would have been cool to meet Alec Guinness, or it would have been cool.
Yeah.
Some of the Star Trek actors.
It might have been cool.
It might.
You
have
think
been
he
cool.
was at conventions? Was he?
No, but
Yeah,
if he had lived longer, he probably would have.
But what about somebody that's still alive besides Harrison Ford and George Lucas and Steven Spielberg?
Well, I would have said Haley Atwell, but we met her.
Okay. Okay.
But he still thinks of it.
Do you still think about it?
I don't know.
Not a female, a male?
I'm trying to think.
Anybody from Marvel? Anybody from Marvel?
Robert
that you-
Downey Jr.
Well,
Yeah,
I would-
Robert Downey Jr.
And you know, and I would actually love to have 5 minutes to talk to John Favreau. Who
Yeah, the
Favreau
directors
would be cool.
Favreau.
who I
did
yeah.
meet. I have met Favreau, and I did talk to him for like 45 seconds.
Yep. But
And we talked to JJ.
Never met Schwarzenegger. That would be cool.
I saw Schwarzenegger. I didn't meet
Yeah,
him.
but I would like to get his autograph, so that'd be cool to meet him.
he should
Samuel
do shows.
Jackson?
I'm surprised.
Samuel L. Jackson's another one. That would be cool.
Yeah,
He crosses so many genres and franchises. Movies I love.
There's definitely people.
Well, there's still hope.
There's still hope.
And you know what? Rebellions are built on hope.
that's right. People left for you guys to get autographs from and me to smell.
So we were talking about this on the text chain. Michael J. Fox is going to be at Red Line Comet. Have we been to a show where he's been?
I've never been at a show that he was at before.
That's a great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you wait all day on that line, but it would be
It's
cool.
not the poster's not unreasonable because that's the middle price. If you really, it's interesting. So a 3D object is the highest price.
Yeah.
I think about. I don't. Back to the Future is not in my top 10 franchises. But to have him and Christopher Lloyd on a poster would be pretty cool.
Thankfully, my DeLorean is too small and can't fit another seat because I have Christopher Lloyd on a DeLorean.
Yeah.
And it would be cool to add Michael J. Fox, but there's nowhere for him to sign.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would probably be thinking about that.
I would like him on a movie poster if I want him, but it's not worth spending all.
You know, somebody could make a plaque for you, Barry.
No, I know. You know what the problem is, though? I'm out of wall space for movie posters. So to have
Yeah,
another
again,
poster
if it was
sign,
a franchise that it was super important to me, I would do it. But
and I love Back to the Future 1 and 2, but yeah, I don't know that I would want to commit the entire Rhode Island Comic Con to just waiting online.
so here's what I was thinking about: you get into Rhode Island Comic Con. Let's just say one day thing is what, $50. Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd autographs are going to run you $600.
Yep,
You pay a guy $100 to stand on line for you. I mean,
maybe.
it's almost worth it, right? And then you call me 15 minutes, but when you're close, I'll come and switch places.
Because you want to meet them too.
Yeah,
you have
but
to.
I mean, you can find like a day worker to just do that.
Probably
We should think about that.
$100 and a sandwich.
Swing by the Home
Probably
Depot.
a college
Somebody else.
student up there that would be willing to do it.
And yeah, somebody, $100. In the scheme of things, that's not so bad. We'll think about that. Don't steal our idea.
It's just going to be a bunch of people waiting online, holding places for other people. Yeah.
I guarantee people do that, though.
Probably.
You're right. You get a college student, I'm going to pay $100. You just got to stand here and call me when
you're close.
you're ready. Interesting.
Boy, that brings a whole new dimension to this, doesn't
I'm actually
it?
thinking about starting a service doing that, rounding up like college kids to stand in line and just getting a cut of that. This could be a thing. I'm telling you. And there'd be an app.
Could be a thing.
Oh, yeah, you could make an app out
And
of it.
if you can't count on college students, you can't count on anybody.
That's right.
Because they're not lazy at all.
No.
No.
They don't sleep all day.
You're
No.
paying them to look at their phone for what, an hour, 2 hours?
Yeah.
I have to think about that.
All right. There's an idea in here.
Placeholder.
Placeholder.com.
Yep.
See if anyone's got it.
Buying it right now.
SaveMySpot.net.
Well, thank you, the lovely wives of the Regular Joes, for putting up with us as long as you have, including for the past 45 minutes.
Thank you for inviting us to talk with you today.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Pam's cooking. Thank you, Pam. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Did that not work for you?
No, it didn't. It's so much longer than I thought it was going to be.
I'm sorry. The intro is a long intro.
I think you need a shorter.
No. That's the song.
Never listened to it.
The song is what it is. Well, now we have to wait a moment. This is a first. We've never actually played the song at the beginning of recording.
I didn't even know if the mics are set up the right way.
Okay.
All right,
Over to you, Dave.
We're gonna
And now to Dave with,
cut it in. We're not gonna, unless you want to do it again.
and now to Dave with weather.